We've been working together now for about 6 months, and the last week, last couple of weeks have been real difficult weeks for our community. We had a Republican National Convention in town, and where we heard some of the most vile, racist, misogynistic, homophobic, Islamophobic rhetoric ever mentioned in a majority black city, where everything that we've been fighting for was attacked, and we helped pay for that attack, which is another subject. We didn't hear anything in that meeting, in that week, that's consistent with any of our values, that's consistent with any of the things we've been fighting for, that's consistent with improving the quality of life for African Americans, or as the NAACP's motto and name, for colored people. We heard about building a wall to keep colored people out. We heard some children say that colored people should leave. We heard some pretty terrible things. But this is the NAACP. And we have to remind ourselves that what we do, when people see us coming down the street, because you are, especially the officers of the executive members, you are the NAACP's voice. When people see you coming down the street, they're racist, their backs should straighten up. If they've been talking about misogynism, if they are attacking immigrants, and they see you coming down the street because you are the NAACP, you are the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. That means anybody in the institution, in the organization that's trying to take away any rights that we fought for over the years and gained, they are a danger to us, and we need to employ every resource, whether it be financial, whether it be mental, whether it be legal, to make sure that those rights are not rolled back. We've lost more people. The NAACP has lost more civil rights leaders to violence, more members of the civil rights community, more members of the NAACP have been killed over the years in the fight for freedom than any other civil rights organization in the country. So while we come and people meet us on the street, oh man, the NAACP, we're so glad to see it. Oh no. You are the spear that is to make sure that equality, see that little kid back there in the back? That is the person that we're fighting for, that young lady sitting on the back row. If we ain't about that and protecting her rights and her future, then we need to leave the room. We need to leave the room. This young man right here with the dreads, you're gonna hear a story tonight. We're about not here to fight for his rights, then we need to leave the room. When you think about Tanisha, Tamir, you think about Brandon, Kenny Smith, when you think about all those young people that have been killed by police, when you think about Alton, you think about a young man laying on his back and the police officer shoots him in his chest and on TV. When you think about Michael Brown, Eric Garner, you think about people getting choked to death on video, you need to understand that this ain't no game. This is dead serious business. And then we had 8 police officers shot at random. 8 police officers shot at random. People ask, what is the NAACP going to do? We have violence in our community, in our streets. And if you don't think there's not a connection between police violence and the availability of guns to every 14-year-old in our town, then something's wrong with you. We don't import guns into the community. But you can find guns easier, the kids can find guns easier than they can baseballs, which means there's somebody bringing these guns into our community. Our community is dangerous, not because of our own making, because somebody's making available the tools to carry out this violence. So we have young people dying at the hands, getting shot in the head for making illegal left turns. And we have young people being shot in the street for no reason at all by peers with guns that have been imported to our neighborhood. It makes you just want to wonder. So now we're not insensitive to violence. The question is not what we're going to do. The question is how we're going to force our community leaders to understand and respect the fact that The violence that is being perpetrated in this community is directly related to public policy that ignores the root causes, which is poverty and the importation of weapons into our community. Now, what's our mission? Our mission is to advance the civil rights and human rights of the people that we took an oath to protect. That's why we're in the NAACP. Whether it's wage increases, health care, fighting to ensure that black people get hired on the police department. And we do that, we fight for blacks to get on the police department. We don't worry about whether they're gonna protect us later on. We fight for them to get the opportunity. We don't ask for a reward. An award, all we want them to do is do the right thing. Do the right thing. That's what we do. You as members have been called to serve. If your personal challenges or obligations don't allow you to be independent advocates for the NAACP agenda, you may want to step aside from this fight. Because despite what the newspaper says and what the public perception is, this is a dangerous community. This is a dangerous community. Yes, we have a safe RNC. If you had 2,500 police and if you were somebody that was going to act up, and you saw 2,500 police in a 1.7-mile area, you may think different about acting up that week. If you're in the military, you're not going to attack an enemy when you got 2,500 of them staring at you in the face. So yes, we had a safe community, but that same weekend, we had, how many shootings did we have? 7 shootings in a 7-day period. I don't know how many murders between the beginning of the thing and the end of the thing. And 73 during the month of July?
81.
Correct me, 81 in the month of July. So if you can't do this job, if you can't handle this position, if this is too tough for you, no one will hold it against you if you say, look, I need to back up off of this thing. This is a fight I can't get engaged in. But by virtue of the fact that you stay here and put in work, hard work, protecting the rights of your fellow man, brothers and sisters, and ensuring that young people get an opportunity to change, your staying here shows you are committed to this process. And we'd like to thank you for your hard work and your commitment to the advancement of the cause of all the people in this community.